A new CBS News poll out today finds that the country is split on impeaching the president for a second time. Just 55% of Americans are in favor of it. Democratic Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut joins us now. Senator, good morning to you. This thing seems to be a surefire bet in the House, which means what happens in the Senate will determine whether there's actual removal for the president or other repercussions. The tantalizing question this morning is, where is Mitch McConnell? What are you hearing? Is he support the House effort alone, or is he actually a yes on impeachment himself in the Senate?
Well, I don't know how Mitch McConnell is going to vote ultimately, but what I do know is that it is unclear whether we can actually have a peaceful transition of power while Donald Trump is in office. He has done nothing substantive to try to tamp down those individuals who look like they're coming back to Washington to try to finish what they started last Wednesday. And he has, I think, demonstrated absolutely no remorse for the incitement he engaged in. There's reporting now that he had a chance to send a clear message early on in the assault on the Capitol that his supporters should stand down, and he would not do that. I don't know what's impeachable conduct if this isn't, and all I care about right now is making sure that we have a peaceful transition of power, that Joe Biden is sworn in, and right now it is unlikely that that can happen so long as Donald Trump is in office. I think there'll be substantial Republican votes for impeachment today, and if that's the case, then there might be substantial votes to convict in the Senate.
What does it mean for Joe Biden's agenda at this moment where we're facing a twin economic and health crisis? Also, his appointments, they need confirmation as well. Are you concerned they could be held up?
Well, already we're going to have a gap with respect to leadership at the Department of Defense and Department of State. Normally, you would be having hearings right now on the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Defense, and Mitch McConnell has chosen not to do that. I mean, listen, we are blessed to have an incoming president who ran on a platform of reconciliation, of bringing people together. Joe Biden is uniquely made for this moment. Yes, he's going to have to act quickly to get the vaccination campaign back on track to restart our economy, but he is also someone who has done a really good job over his career in bringing people together of different ideologies and different beliefs, and boy, we're going to need that now more than ever.
Currently, I'm aware of no Republican senators who have said publicly that they are yes on impeachment, and those who have come out have said they're against it because of unity. Now, on the one hand, that is a convenient way of not talking about Donald Trump anymore. On the other hand, we're talking about a very high alert on the Capitol. Unity is definitely an issue. Do they have a point?
Well, what I know is that countries that have experienced insurrections like the one that we went through last week, those that skip the accountability phase, those that just excuse who engaged in that violent act, those are the countries that don't recover. Those are the countries that have a continued insurrection mounted against their country. And so we need to hold those that were responsible accountable. And those were the individuals who stormed the building. But it is also President Trump and his enablers in Congress. So we don't send a message to everyone that engaged in this act of that they are going to be held accountable for it. Let's see what happens in the House today. I think there is a potential that there will be substantial Republican support for impeachment, especially if in the next couple days the president continues to say things like he did yesterday that are just providing more fuel to those that are planning to come back and try to interrupt the inauguration.
So let's talk about that fuel and let's talk about security. Our David Martin just heard from a defense official who says the threat level at the Capitol is, quote, very high, adding higher than has been reported in the press. And just yesterday, you were told, among other things, that a bulletproof vest would be a reimbursable expense for senators. Do you feel safe on Capitol Hill?
I do feel safe on Capitol Hill. I plan to be at the inauguration. I think it's incredibly important that we show to the country and to the world that we can transfer power peacefully in this country, and we're going to do that. Anybody who is intent on trying to interrupt that process on Wednesday, on the 20th, is going to be stopped, and they are going to be sent to jail for a very, very long time. Yes, the threat level is high. We received a briefing yesterday, but security at the Capitol will be be at an unprecedented level, and there is no way that the folks who got to the Capitol on Wednesday of last week will be able to get anywhere near the inauguration this time around. They will be stopped if they show up. I hope they don't.
Senator, we've got to go, but I want to clarify one point. Are you aware of any Republican senators who are currently, right now, privately yes on impeachment?
I am not aware of any senators right now who are yes. I know many of them are very open to voting to convict the president. I think they're waiting to see what the articles are and what the vote is today in the House of Representatives.
All right, Senator Chris Murphy, thank you very much.